Hey everyone, Trevor here. So this is the second video I'm going to be doing, and I kind of wanted to start from the beginning and talk about um, basically like what started the cancer. Um, so 5 years ago, about 5 years ago, um, I started having bad chest pains, and I had no idea, like, what it was, like, I figured, because I've been smoking since I was, like, 13, um, that, it just started taking a toll on me. So, eventually, I kind of waited a long time, but about 2 years later, in February, they found they scanned me and they found a cyst that was pushing up against my heart. So eventually they ended up doing surgery on me and um, taking the cyst out. Now, during that surgery, um, they hit something while they were inside me, and I ended up almost bleeding out. And so they had to go back in and make sure they could stop it. But by the time they went back in, it already stopped by itself. So they made another incision basically for no reason. And alright, so after that, I was basically feeling the chest pain still, like constantly, like as if it never went away. And I was like, oh, maybe it just takes some time to, like, go away, but never did. So I go get another scan, and they don't find anything. They're just like, oh, sorry, don't know what to do. So, yada yada yada. Um, I long after that, couple years after, and this was in June of last year. That's when I started feeling the pain in my side. And it was bad. I was at work and I just started feeling this really sharp pain in my side. And I was like, this isn't good. I was like asking people, I was like, oh, like, what do you think this is? And they're like, oh, maybe like your appendix burst or something. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should definitely get that checked out. So that night, um, I can't remember what day it was on, but it was in June. Um, Went to the hospital and I got another scan, and that is when they found the cancer in my liver. And here I was thinking, oh, it's just appendicitis. Like, I basically told the doctor, look, I think my appendix burst, like, in mass pain. And so, like I said, they scanned me, and then that's when they found the cancer in my liver. And doctor basically sat down on my bed that I was on at the time and was like, sorry to say this, but we're pretty sure you have cancer. And yeah, so later on, um, eventually they told me to go to this oncologist, and um, she ended up um, wanting to do more scans to see where it started from. And so they didn't. This was probably a couple weeks after um, the initial diagnosis. They ended up like admitting me to this hospital because I was puking my brains out. I couldn't eat anything. I had absolutely no appetite. And before all this started, like I was dieting, and one day I just lost my appetite, and I thought, oh, like I'm just sick of this gross diet food all the time, and didn't really think anything of it that I lost my appetite. And I ended up losing like 200 pounds just from that and puking and the cancer and everything. So, anyways, yeah, they ended up giving me, they admitted me to the hospital for, I think it was like 5 days or something. And during that time, because I couldn't keep anything down, they had to basically keep me like on like some crazy strict diet, and it was it was not very good. It was basically just jello that I was eating, and so um, they gave me an endoscopy. They also gave me a colonoscopy, and they scanned me again, gave me a CAT scan, like PET scan, like MRI, like all that stuff. And that is when they found out that um, it started in my esophagus and moved its way down to my stomach and then to my liver. So, yeah, I went into Boston, and that's when he gave me the official diagnosis that where it all was and how it started. And then he told me I had like a year to live. And yeah, that was that was basically what started it all. Now, I just kind of realized something earlier that um, I've always, for a long time actually, um, this feeling in my throat, like if I would ever eat or drink something like too big, or just like swallow something weirdly or whatever, um, it would hurt like pretty bad. And I never really thought about it. Like I always just thought, oh, like this is normal, like everyone has to deal with this. No big deal. Um, but now that I think about it, it all kind of tied into this, and I still wonder to this day how long I've actually had this cancer. And like it blows my mind that I've had to deal with this for so long and not even knew that what it was like. And yeah, that's um, basically how it all started. I just want to update everyone, and like I said, this is my second video, and I will continue making them probably once a week. Alright, bye.